Hi, Judy. As you think back on your incredible life, could you share a moment of joy that you would love to experience again if you had the opportunity to?
Person who lives as long as I have has many joyous occasions, and I'm going to relate one a little later. But I want to say, first of all, that of course, giving birth to my children is one of the primary ones. However, I think that's going to be a consensus among many women. So I wanted to do something a little different. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and they gave me joys that aren't going to seem joyful to most people. They're not going to seem like really those poignant moments that come into one's life that you remember forever. But they're small things, but they are, for me, they are. And so I'm going to explain one for each of them. My maternal grandmother, she crocheted, knitted, quilted her whole life. I never saw her not doing that. But she taught me to knit. And she had the patience beyond anything to help me get that underway. And she was so kind and encouraging and patient. And I was like 8 years old or younger maybe. So I was not, adept at listening to instructions really well, but she was so good at it. Of course, she was an expert at it too. So she had the ability and the skills to show me the right things to do. And I'll never forget that. And she passed on a pattern for baby booties that has been now in our generations for 7 or 8 generations. And I'm the only one left that knows how to do it. So my paternal grandmother, she was so good at making pies. I have never tasted a pie to this day better than hers. And I always wore a dress. So she had house dresses and dresses she wore outside the house. So she would have her apron on. I'd sit next to her on the couch. She would take a red apple and she would, with a paring knife, take the peeling off, all in one long strand. Then she would slice it up, cut the core out, and her little apron, she'd put all the debris on her little apron so she could dump it later, and we would share this apple, which it seems like such a simple thing, but it was beautiful to me. So let's see. My paternal grandfather had as much hair on his head. Well, he had a little bit more than one of those turtles' shells has. So he didn't have a lot, but he would sit there, and he was a very quiet man. I mean, I only heard him speak in my entire life, maybe a dozen sentences, because he was just a quiet man. But he doted on me all the time, and he hummed while he sat on the front porch, but he would sit in his chair and he would let me comb his hair, all these, these few strands that are going different ways. I'd comb it this way, I'd comb it that way, I'd comb it forward, I'd comb it back, I'd part it in all these places. I think to me, it felt like hours that we were sitting there. He loved it. He just sat there and let me do it and hummed a little bit and drummed his fingers, and he was happy with that. And that's what I remember about him, first of all. Yeah. Now, my maternal grandfather, he was the most jolly looking man. Even his eyebrows looked jolly. He taught me to play dominoes, and he taught me to keep score. Anybody that knows dominoes, you keep score in fives. That's how you get points. And we kept score on a cribbage board. So he taught me how to do it. I was probably 5 or 6 when I learned this. So he helped me with math. I was usually pretty good at math. I don't know if it was because of his input early on or not, but I'm going to credit him with that. And we always had the best time doing that. And then afterwards, he'd go out into the garage where he always kept a box, because they had them in boxes back then, of vanilla ice cream, and he'd get a big cleaver and he'd hack off in squares of ice cream that fits in your bowl, and then we'd sit and have ice cream. So all of these things are so simple, but they are the first images that come to my mind when I think of my grandparents. Doesn't matter how the topic comes up. That's what I see, because they are cherished moments for me.
Thank you so much for watching. Have you had any beautiful joy moments that you'd like to share?
please comment below and consider subscribing. It really helps our channel grow. If you liked this video, please click on the like button and subscribe. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps us bring more content like this to you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video.